Cool. All right, so welcome everybody. So we're going to have a very, very important discussion today and also to training. This is your first time seeing me. I'm Dr. Uyi Abraham. I'm the founder of the Start to College program and also Higher Place Christian University. So I started university in 2010. And the reason was because at the time, my wife finished a master's degree from one of these funky universities, and it cost us about $54,000 in debt and 2 years of her time. And when she finished, the highest job offer she was getting was like $15 an hour with a master's degree. She couldn't find no job that was suitable. And then out of that frustration, I was like, something is wrong. Why is it that people go to school these days? They spend 4 or 5 years for master's degree, sorry, for bachelor's degree, and then they get $40 to $70,000 in student loan debt. Especially as Christians and believers, and yet they still can't find a good job and they can't they don't remember 90% of what they were taught in school. Something is wrong. There gotta be a way, easy way for Charlie Kingdom people, Christians to be able to get an affordable and fast education. What does that mean? So affordable because this is the 21st century. Education should not cost an arm and a leg and a first child like it's been done for many years. There's technology should have made education a little bit cheaper, then also to fast track because I saw too that there was a segment of people that was left out of this conversation of Christian education, and that segment of people are the busy professionals. Many of them they become successful in life and they don't have the time. Some of them, it's not just the financial resources that scares people from traditional schools because of that student loan debt. And there's also another segment that I saw, which was like successful people, busy people, entrepreneurs, pastors, leaders, political people. They want to get a degree to their name, but they missed it the first time. And so because they missed it the first time, they need a second chance at education. But one biggest problem they have is time. They don't have the time to go sit in a college class for 3 to 4 years, right? So that was the two biggest reasons why I started Higher Place Christian University. One, to make Christian-based education very, very affordable, and also to make it fast and easy for those students that need a second chance at education to get some kind of religious or Christian-based education to their name. Now, why is it mostly religious? And I have a reason for sharing this story so that if you're already in this program or you are thinking about starting your own Christian university so that you have a better understanding of why and who your target market is, because sometimes I get a lot of inquiries about people asking all kind of different questions. What about this? What about that? Hey, there are 7 billion people on the earth, right? And maybe out of that 7 billion, potentially 1 billion of them are, student type, right? So they have choices. There's a lot of schools in America. So you need to know the kind of students that will most likely resonate with your school. So why Christian? Because it was the easiest one to start. We figure out a way to start a religious-based school without going through governmental type of oversight and all these big boys club, aka religion, aka what they call them now. This the seven, thing about seven or so regional accreditation uh, gang, the cartel. I call them the cartel, you know. So then we found a wiggle way to do it legally and ethically. And it was just the easiest way to start. Sometimes some school funders ask, what about if I want to do religious accreditation and this one? I'll be like, this. You can do it, right? But, if you don't have at least $1 million and you don't have at least 3 to 5 years, you know, track record of having some kind of school, you probably don't want to even try it, right? But we've seen some schools like Liberty University that is probably the largest Christian university in the world now. over 50,000 students, but it started as a Bible college. It started, in fact, before a Bible college, it started as a Sunday school. So it went from Sunday school to Bible college before they become a full-fledged liberal arts university. So you can always start somewhere, but we're trying to make it so much easier to start before you start getting ready to deal with those cartel out there. Because one good thing about America is that I'm just kind of freestyling before we kind of talk about the cross of what's on my heart today. But I'm hoping that you're going to get some value in this as well. You know, one of the best things about living in America, I don't care about the problems, the issues in America. No country is perfect, but this is the greatest country in the world. There's no country like America. Trust me, I've been to over 25 countries in my life. I've lived in multiple countries. No country like America, no country with level of possibilities and opportunities like America. In my own country, Nigeria, to have a university of any kind, you have to go through governmental bureaucracy. You got to bribe people. You got to spend a ton of money. You got to have facilities upon facilities. But you live in America, right? Whereby the government, listen now, because I get a lot of you are still asking questions about really accreditation and this and that and the other. Listen carefully. The United States government and the United States Department of Education do not or does not regulate universities. They do not regulate universities. The United States government and the United States Department of Education does not accredit universities. They don't do that. They left it to the private arm. So that means accreditation in the United States, even according to United States Department of Education, is strictly optional. And they will also tell you too that because a school is not regionally accredited doesn't mean the quality is bad. There are a lot of schools that are very successful. Some of them have been around since 1800s, 1890, early 1900s, that have had very successful students and syllabus that are decided not to mess with the rest with the regional accreditation people. Who are these people? They're just a bunch of people coming together and say, hey, we want, since the government don't want to be involved with higher education. Our government will be involved in elementary school, high school, all those kind of different stuff. But since the government don't want to be involved with this, we need to have some kind of check and balances. We need to be able to have some kind of standard to make sure that somebody's not just going to their basement and printing out some degree and just claiming that somebody got a bachelor in chemistry or whatever. We need to make sure that there's some quality standard, right? But so that's just really what accreditation is. So that's why there are 7 or so regional accreditations. But now, because the government see that these guys are really doing a good work, kind of trying to keep the standard, the government say, okay, we're going to partner with you, right? We're going to partner with you. So partnering with you means that, we're going to allow your student to get financial aid and all this stuff, but it's all a click because financial aid, all of that stuff, who benefits from it? Private wealthy individuals, not the students, and the government. I mean, if you know that student loan is a loan that is never ever forgiven. If you die with student loan, your children, the government can come against your estate and take your children to court. Every other loan can be forgiven. Why? Because it's all how these mostly white people make white boys, how they kind of put all this thing together, right? But the good thing is that they also allow the smaller people, the other accreditation bodies. So if our accreditation that we work with and we're part of Christian Commission Accreditation International, CCACI, we can also be a regional accreditation commission as well. We just need to go to the government and say, hey, we want to be recognized by you guys as a regional accreditation body. Maybe we want to focus mostly on Christian schools. So what do we need to do? They're going to tell us what we need to do, and we can do the same as well. right? But there's the main reason why we've decided not to do it, because doing this about 10 or 11 years, if we go to the route of regional accreditation, the government, we can offer student loan, which is against the reason why I started my school in the first place, which is putting more students in debt. Traditional education is failing students. They can get no job. It's not teaching them anything in this online industry, one. And two, is going to stop us from giving students or giving people a second chance at education. Because we can accreditation we have, you as a school founder can customize your educational syllabus better. You don't need the government or the accreditation, regional accreditation guys or some other accreditation guys to tell you what you think is best to offer your students. So you can customize it. Like our school, our bachelor is usually 1 to 2 years. But if our school was regionally accredited, we can do that. So I'm able to get a single mom or somebody in their 50s and 60s that absolutely want to get it, they want to earn a degree in their name, and be able to customize programs and look at their lifetime experience credit and do all this other stuff. And the joy they get when they finish is way more for me personally than trying to get some other few people that be like, oh, your school is not national accredited. Yeah, because we don't want to. We don't have to, right? We don't want to and we don't have to. We just need to be accredited, which means an external body vouching for the quality of work of our school, vouching for the quality of the syllabus and the standards. Okay. So I use about 15 minutes to 30 minutes to really address that, because it's still one of the number one thing I still get from student founders. Because some of because the problem is that some of you keep talking to the wrong type of students. What does that mean? Every student right now is not for your school. Your student is now usually the 17, 18-year-olds or 16-year-olds that's trying to go get a college degree and maybe want to go work in this place. No. If somebody's trying to pursue a specialized degree, the accreditation that we provide through our program does not cover that. It's strictly for religious service, for religious knowledge, and is strictly Christian based. So that's why there's nothing in our program that offers chemistry or biology or economics. We have we have some of those classes. We have business classes, we have economics classes, right? But in the degree, the accreditation also says it must have a religious modifier in the name. That means it has to be um, instead of just business, or instead of just bachelors of arts in business, it has to be bachelors of arts in Christian business. You got to add Christian business, God business, Jesus Christ business, spiritual business. They have to be religious modifier. And once you have that religious modifier in the name, you are ethically and legally able to offer a good quality degree to your students. So it's very, very good that I explain these things over and over again, because it's some of the biggest questions that some of you live and those that are probably going to watch the replay too, they asked. Accreditation, are we sure this is legal? What is it? Is this a diploma mill? Somebody, somebody had messaged me. I don't know what website they saw. They saw my name as a scam artist, that I was leading a diploma mill, and that the accreditation body is a diploma mill and stuff like that. And the person was really worried. I'm like, why are you worried? Like, yeah, but I saw your name. I saw the CCACI as a diploma mill. I said, send it to me. I sent it to me. And I just laughed. She said, why are you laughing? I said, they don't even know what they're talking about. What's a diploma mill? A diploma mill is a fraudulent type of activity. When you offer to people what you don't have the capability to offer, that's a diploma mill. If you see me offering a degree to people and the degree says business management by itself, or bachelor's in chemistry or bachelor's in medicine, or bachelor's in biology. That is a diploma mill, and that is illegal because our school, our accreditation does not have that capability and does not have, we don't have a lab for chemistry. So I'm going to offer a degree in chemistry to people, right? So when people do those type of things, that's a diploma mill. That's illegal. And a lot of people still don't understand how accreditation work in America and higher education. So I want to say to everybody now, please, I don't want anybody to try to sue you or do whatever, right? We've been running this thing for 10 years, 11 years now. We've helped several people. We know some other schools that, that are doing very, very well. You don't need to, you don't need to lie. You don't need to offer or try to pretend to offer what you don't offer to get a few students. It's not even worth it, right? When people come to our school, it's very clear. It's a religious-based school, right? Oh, we want that degree. No, sorry, we can't do that. But this is what we have. You want it or you don't. It's that simple, right? So yeah, you can be creative with your degree name, right? That's another reason too why the name of our school is Christian to it, because this is a country where people can sue you because they fell in your house. So you have to always be watchful of that. So as long as you play by the book, you play by the coaching and the mentorship that we're offering, you're gonna be fine, right? So in our school name is very, very intentional, even though it's not required, but instead of Higher Place Christian University, sorry, instead of Higher Place University, which I really wanted to call it, I had to add Christian University to make it abundantly clear that this is a Christian university, right? But you're not required to do that. But we are to do that just to make it abundantly clear. So a diploma mill, for those of you that have been asking, is when you just print degrees in your basement and the student did not take any class from you. You just making stuff up, you giving them stuff they did not qualify for. That's a diploma mill, right? And it's illegal and it's fraudulent. But when you offer a theological based degree, theological based doesn't mean it's only about the Bible. No, it means it can include biology, chemistry, physics, economy. It doesn't matter. There's no limitation, but you have to be clear in your degree, in the name of the degree, in your messaging that is a religious based degree, right? All right. So that's good. So now we're going to get to we're going to have some time for Q&A. Let's get to the next the next on our agenda, which was how I created or I did this. I've done a 7-figure online Christian university without spending zero on marketing. That is so key. Sadly, I've seen that some of our school founders have really struggled when it comes to getting revenue from the school. Many times they just have not followed my model. I had one guy tell me that he told me that it was sorry guys, my nose is itchy bad. He told me that he's been spending, said it's not growing, his school is not growing as well. I said, why not? He said he spent and sent over 200 letters to churches and pastors and this and that. I'm like, did you go through the course, the program? He said, yeah. I said, did you ever see me give that as a strategy? He said, no. Then I said, then why did you do that? He said, yeah, because I thought it'd be easier to write pastors and churches and all of this stuff. I said, no, that's a wrong strategy. Why? Because, I mean, as a pastor too myself, a lot of pastors are territorial, right? They're scared. Many of them, they talk about faith, but they don't have faith. They're not going to just introduce their members to your school. 'Cause many of them feel like their members are going to give the school, are going to spend their tithes and offering, which is sometimes the primary thing in pastors, many of these pastors are, not all, some of them are concerned about. So how would they going to recommend your school? Some of them will even discourage their members from coming to your school, not because they don't think your school is good, but because they feel like the tithes and offering will be used for tuition instead of coming to their school, right? So when I began to hear some different people and some people that just kind of started their school and thinking is, there's just a magic wand, you just You just turn around, they just start getting this money in school. No, starting a school is a business. It's a business, right? And just like with any business, you gotta market it. If you don't market it, it's not gonna work. I don't care how good the business is. Even if you open a McDonald's, that's one of the most recognizable brands in the world, or a Burger King, or a Walmart. You still got to do some marketing. Because if people don't know you, they're not going to spend money with you. They're not going to they're not going to come to you, for your school. So marketing is key. And then too, I've heard a lot of guys too that in this program that are spending tons of money on marketing as well. And then they spend money on Facebook ads and Google ads and stuff like that. I'm like, that is not the way you start. You should be able to get at least your first 20 students, minimum 10 students without spending zero on marketing. If you don't have 10, 20 students without spending zero, then we need to look at that strategy and see what you're doing. So I'm going to share with you some slides from another class I did recently that I thought was very, very reasonable and work on the key. How do you get your first 10 students without spending zero on marketing? Now, before I even say that, let me say one more thing too. The number one thing to winning in life and business is mindset, period. If you've never started any business before, and then your real first business is a school, you still studying a university, you still have a lot of work to do because you just don't have the experience of starting or running a business before. Now, the guys in the program I see that have experience running businesses, they know that any business might take 1 or 2 years before you're even profitable. But in the way and the strategy that I've given with this program, you should be able to at least do $50,000 at a minimum every year from your school, at a minimum, without spending zero on marketing. And you only need to spend, you need only to, without spending zero on marketing. Okay. So before I talk about like 7 strategies that will help you get students, not just get students, but revenue, because tuition is just one way that you can generate income for your school. And I shared in so many places in the online course as well. Don't rely on tuition alone. I've studied Harvard to Yale to University of Georgia, University of Florida, all these big schools. This is what will shock you. None of them can be sustained by student tuition alone. Not one of them. Even though they bring in millions of dollars, not one, because running a school can be very expensive because they're still doing it the old way, right? When you have a professor that makes $60,000 to $120,000 a year, and you got like 50 professors, how much are you charging the students, right? So none of them is being run by that. Many of these schools, they get grants from the government, U.S. Department of Education, all kind of kickbacks, all kind of donors, right? I think I saw the other day Harvard as of 2020 they had 200 sorry, I think it was 41 billion, B with a dollars, B for billion, right? $1 billion in endowment. Most of this money was donations from alumni and the society. So if all these big schools are not relying on tuition, then why would you rely on tuition? You don't have a big name like Harvard in terms of your school yet, right? In the future, it might be. So you should never rely on student tuition alone. You got to run your school like a business. That's why these schools go to University of Georgia and say, "Oh, I went to University of Chicago, some time ago. I just trying to just kind of check things out there." Guess what? The school has a bookstore. In the bookstore, they sell books, they sell candy. If you want a University of Chicago T-shirt, you got to pay $30 for it. What are the schools doing? The school is bringing money, revenue in through other ways. So you should not ever rely on tuition alone for your school. You got to go through. I don't have it written out. Those 10 ways I gave you, it could be more than 10, but these are 10 I've done, right? Never rely on tuition alone. One of the strategies I also gave you guys was the honorary doctorates. We got schools that launched. I don't know. I think the highest any school I've ever made in their first 30 days of joining the program is like $35,000. But we know school that launched and they did 25, they did 18, they did 15. I think the lowest from what I know so far is about $8,000 to $10,000, right? And I told them, I said, there's not a lot of business out there whereby your investment, you can make it back in 30 to 90 days. And then the rest is just pure profit for you if you put in the work, right? So mindset is key in any business, right? Confidence is key in any business. Some of you, you have these schools, but your friends don't know about your school, your family don't know about your school, your social media for don't know about your school. Maybe you're shy or you're not confident or you're not comfortable, you're busy with other things. So how will your school grow when your school is not being, there's no marketing with your school? So, but to do marketing, having the right mindset is also very important. Having the mindset for success, having the mindset for productivity, having the mindset for growth, right? And then having that work ethic, having that confidence and that self-esteem to push the mindset and the agenda for your school. So the number one thing I want to share before we go into this, the strategy that have helped me, and I think also help you to also get students and revenue. I mean, like coaching. We're probably doing more now, honestly, with coaching and consulting than we're doing from student revenue. That's the fact. We don't have any program right now that is, I think our highest program at this time is currently about $7,500 or so, or $8,500 for the hybrid program. But we can easily get consulting clients and coaching. All these other people pay us 10, 15, 20, 25,000, right? Because of the school and what we do with for them, right? So a school is a business and you are the owner. You're a businessman or a businesswoman. You got to run it as a business. You got to think of other ways, creative ways to generate income as well, right? So I'm going to see if I can share my screen. So I'm going to share about how to get, the note is going to say quality customers, but you can also see it as quality students or revenue. So this was from a class I did recently, but I think it's still going to be relevant. Then afterwards, I'm going to share with you guys some updates on the school software and some other things that we've been working on in terms of the Vonza school. All right, so this is what I've helped me to build a seven-figure online education business from scratch without spending zero on marketing. Number one is your personal brand. This was shocking to me. Many students have come to our school and they will say, I registered because I like you and your wife, or I registered because I like you, or I registered because I like your wife, or I registered because I see what you're about, or I registered because I feel like there's a mantle on your life and I want to just connect with whatever is on your life. There's something special about you and I want to just connect with that. It's amazing. They're not coming to say, well, because you have the best degree programs in the world. And let me tell you guys, you don't compete with bigger schools. You don't have the money, the technology, the resources, the brand name to compete with them. If somebody want to go to school for 4 years, or they want to go to school so they can get they can go do their PhD some other place, or their job requires it or whatever, that's probably not your student, and it's okay. These are not your students. You don't need to let them make you feel bad or make you feel pressure that you need to have this fancy thing. They'll be like, oh, what about University of Phoenix? They do this. Why don't your school do that? Man, sir, if you want that type of education where you're going to spend $50,000 in student loan debt, 5 years of your life wasted, and you come back and you still have no clue what you're doing in life. If that's what you want, please go there. But if you want an affordable fast track education that is relevant to you, where that is flexible, that you don't have to even see your teacher face. You can study at your own time. Then our university is the right one for you. Which one you want? 9 out of 10, they will tell me, we don't want to go to University of Phoenix. We don't want to go to Georgia State. We don't want to go to University of Texas. We don't want all of that. We don't want that. We want what you are providing. So personal brand is big, guys. You got to build a personal brand online. You got to build your brand. You got to be out there every day. You got to be saying something, doing something people like. I've been taking more time now in building my personal brand. I wasn't even taking it that seriously, honestly, you know. And what I'm doing a lot now is lifestyle marketing. You know why? Write this down. We are in a reality TV world. This is not a generation whereby you just only show your strengths. This is a generation where people want to see your weakness as well. This is not our father's generation where they show all those macho and Mr. Perfect, Mrs. Perfect, or Miss Perfect. This is a reality TV generation. This is a generation that watches Instagram stories all day, TikTok all day, watching people showing their life and their lifestyle. This is the generation of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, 90 Day Fiancé, MTV. This is the generation, all right? So be personable, build your brand, show behind the scenes of your life. Okay, you follow me on social media, you see now I'm, if you want, and if you want to, let me say this now, if you want to build a personal brand, be ready to also lose some privacy. If you're a very private person, there's another way there are three ways to build a personal brand. Write this down. Number one is lifestyle marketing. Number two, content marketing. Or number three, you borrow somebody else's brand, or you borrow, I call it borrow marketing or paid marketing, right? So lifestyle marketing is when your lifestyle, whatever it is, whether it's success, whether it's good, whether it's wisdom, you just put it, showing your life, showing whatever you got going on, right? People just kind of connect with you like that. Or content marketing, you're so good with like putting out great inspirational messages, or business messages, or whatever type of content you're putting out there, and people just really like it. Or the third, you have to borrow marketing, borrow somebody's name. That means you can pay for it. There are a lot of sites on Instagram that you can pay for, some of them as low as $25, and they'll post on their Instagram page, and their followers will follow you, or even Facebook, you pay, I've done it, I've done these things too, and they work well. You can talk to somebody that has some good following on Facebook and say, how much will you charge me for you to share my flyer or share it by my school? I'll pay you to do that, right? So what are you doing? You're borrowing that credibility, right? You're borrowing that credibility to, excuse me, to build a personal brand. Now, if you are just starting out, I would say Instagram is fire right now. Instagram is where you should pay a lot of attention to, because Facebook is really not growing anymore. It's really dying in some way, but Instagram is where there's a little bit more attention now. Okay, so you gotta go fast, because there's about 6 or 7 of them. Number one, you gotta build a personal brand. People will come to your school because they like you, they know you, or they trust you. Let me say it again. People will come to your school because they like you, they know you, or they trust you. So I built my personal brand as a successful pastor and entrepreneur, right? So I'm not pushing the pastoral work anymore as much, but I'm still pushing the entrepreneur, successful entrepreneur, right? Because people buy success. They don't buy, they're tired of just somebody saying, hey, this, that. They buy success, right? So I'm more intentional now. If I buy a nice car, I'm going to put it out there. Why? Because it's going to encourage somebody. It's going to inspire somebody, right? And it's going to make somebody want what I have. And they're going to reach out to me and say, hey, I see you doing well. Can you teach me? Can you show me? Can you help me? Right? But if you don't show them something that shows you successful or you're doing well, there's something they don't know. Everybody's faking on Instagram. People or on Facebook. People are looking for real people. But now you don't have to show material stuff, but Still talk about your lifestyle a little bit more. Be more vulnerable, right? Show behind the scenes. So when you build a personal brand, it's going to help you to grow your school. Then number two, you got to go crazy with content, right? So we've never spent a dollar we've never spent a dollar on ads, on marketing of any kind for our university. Never. We've never done it. And maybe it's not a good thing though. I'm not saying it's a good thing, because maybe if we've spent some money on marketing, it would have helped the school grow faster, right? Because more people will know it, but we've never done it. And I think really the truth is that because I've always just had multiple businesses and my attention is just always the place, and I just never had the big staff to help me to run these things, right? But the school, can I be honest with you guys? Higher Place Christian University, right? I was talking to uh, my senior team, a part of my senior team with Vonza, which also have the school software. And I was talking to them about some situation. And when I did the calculations, since about 2000 and since 2008 on, I've spent at least $1 million on building Vonza. But can I tell you guys the truth? At least 50 to 60% of that money came from our university. So what am I telling you this? I'm being this open to you guys. Having your university can literally change your life. Without our university, I will not be where I am today financially. I'm telling you guys, as honest as I can be, because the reason why I'm doing this type of college program is this. I found food that is not available usually to people that look like me, Black people. Usually it's the white boys that run this school game. Online education is $325 billion a year. When I found out the secret code, I say, I cannot eat this alone. I have to expose this to my brothers and my sisters to say, let's eat together. But sadly, some, because of the wrong mindset, fear, insecurity, something, I don't get it, right? When I started our school, Higher Place Christian University, I was 28 years old. I was bold. I was not afraid of failure. I spent over 150,000 in the first 2 years doing all kind of crazy stuff that was not worth it. It wasn't on marketing, but all this accreditation, all this stupid stuff that people were telling me to do, but I didn't need to do all that. And you don't have to do all that, right? So when I hear about, oh, I don't know, I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to talk to God about it. So God don't want you to build a legacy. Is that what you're trying to tell me? No, it's mindset. It's fear. It's fear that's making you feel like, oh, maybe I cannot have a university. Maybe people cannot come. It's fear. It's mindset. It's low self-esteem, right? And when you kill that fear and you deal with that mindset issues, and you build your self-confidence up, and you deal with this with low self-esteem, right? You're going to see that you're going to start having a new perspective, new mindset about these things. So at 28, when I look back, I'm like, what was I thinking? 28 years old. I'm like, I want to start a university, not a Bible college, right? But mentorship, because I had a mentor, right? That I had a mentor that coached me for years, that helped open my mind. So fear was not something. Now I don't have fear when it comes to business. I've lost a lot of money in businesses. I've lost a lot, and I'm not afraid. And I'm still starting new businesses. So why? So I'm like, why people are always afraid? Oh, what if it fails? It fails. You will learn. But what about if it succeed? Right. So number two, so if you know too, hiring good people is always hard. If I can find a good person that can just help me run the school better, we want to invest some more resources now so that we can run the school better, because the potential is so huge. It's so huge. I just got one of our alumni, some of you that know Nigeria, and the Oni of Ife. The Oni of Ife, which is probably the number two most popular king in Nigeria. One of our alumni reached out to me and say, hey, it was being presented with a chieftaincy title. Can we offer a honorary doctorate degree, even though the Oni is not a Christian? Can we offer it to the Oni of Ife? And now they're talking about me coming to Nigeria and having this stuff. And I mean, if you know, for me to leave work one day, it costs me a lot of money. So for me to go there, they gotta be serious with the money. You should know that, right? So what I'm trying to say is that the opportunities your school can open for you is beyond what I can even imagine. Is beyond that. We have at least two state governors. I can't say this. I can't tell you the state or country. We've had politicians. I can't tell you the state or country. We have House of Reps. I can't tell you the state or country. We have local politicians. We have mayors. I can tell you in America that have come through our school. Either they got honoraries or they got degrees from our school. We got billionaires in dollars. We have millionaires in dollars that have come through our school. So you cannot tell the life you can impact and change when you have your own university. The opportunities that come, that's not just the students only. So number two, you got to go crazy with content, right? Post a couple of times a day, post relevant content, display your mantle. That means who you are, what your school is about, right? You cannot have a school and not be talking about your school every day, or at least every other day, right? Every day or every other day. I just told our team, I said, we need to post for the school 5 days, excuse me, on our Instagram, on our Facebook, 5 freaking days a week. We are posting something about the school. And it's working, right? But because I know my personal branding is the main driving force, I don't rely on it. But we need to keep posting so that we keep our school in people's minds. That's it. But that's not what drives revenue. So if you're just posting too and feel like people are going to come because you're posting, it's not going to work. Because some people, they're going to read your flyer, they're still not going to know what's the need for them. But you need to keep posting to stay in people's minds. Number three, you got to build a list, right? So if you use Vonza for your school, you can always use subscription form. Okay, so let me put it down. So I'm going to do a quick walkthrough on the software because I feel like many of these school owners still are not using the software enough. The software is not only to run your school, it's to run your entire online business. Is to help you sell and bring money in. So build a list. Okay, let me put that down. So you can build a list, right? So even if your school is not ready yet, you can always tell people coming soon, coming soon. Go to this list and put your name and your email, right? So number three, you gotta build a list. Number four is to go live. One of the things we're going to be doing now, we just finished a virtual conference that was so amazing. But one of the things we're going to start doing now, Tola remind me, before the end of the year, we're going to do a higher education summit. We're going to do like maybe 3 to 7 days we're going to do a 3 to 7 days event to just drive in registrations, right? So, excuse me. Ooh, excuse me, sorry. So we're going to do like live event, 3 4 days, just talking about the importance of higher education and why our school is better for today's students, especially Christian students or kingdom students, right? So you got to go live. You can't go live in 2021. You can't build personal brand in 2021 without going live. So you got to go live. So these are the things I've done over the years that have helped me build a multi-million-dollar school without spending zero on marketing. All right. Number five, this is key, that your money is in the DM. One of my best secrets in recruiting students is personal relationships. Ooh, this is so good. 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 I am sharing some secrets tonight. I hope you guys are writing down these things. I don't know if I'm going to even have a replay for this. This might just be only just, just for those who attend. The money is in a DM. DM means direct message, build a relationship, right? So from time and time again, when I see certain people post on social media, I just send them a DM. I say, hey, you know, I just want to know that I'm the founder of Higher Place Christian University. Our school is quality and affordable Christian-based education. Do you have a bachelor's degree? I ask people that all the time. Yes, I do. Okay, great. All right. So what about your master's? I think about master's. No, it's too long, it's too expensive. You don't have to worry about that. Our school, you can get your master's in 9 months to 12 months. It's affordable, it's flexible, payment plan available. I mean, I sell it, right? So bam, they become students, right? So now, if and some people will say, well, they don't use social media. If you don't use social media, let me tell you as honest as I can be. If you don't use social media, you better have hundreds of thousands of dollars to spend on marketing, period. There's no two ways. There's no two ways about it. Because how are you going to meet people? Gone are the days where you're just going to go to a parking lot and start putting flyers on cars or knocking on doors. Don't do that. People got dogs these days. They're going to send their dogs on you, knocking on doors and be like, hey, sign up for my school. No, social media is your friend. You got to play the game. You got to be on that social media. You got to build relationships, right? So the money's in the DM. So if I was to start a school now, I would, my goal is to get 10 or 20 students in the first 3 months. This is the strategies I would do. I would target people 30 a day. I will grow my friends. Facebook will allow you to get up to 5,000 friends. You need to grow your Facebook to 5,000 friends. Instagram is a little bit harder to grow on Instagram than Facebook, but play the game. There are a lot of courses and ebooks and people that will help you get real followers, not fake, authentic followers that can do nothing for you. Real followers, right? So build a relationship, right? Get a master's, a doctorate, build relationships, right? And many of those relationships will become your students. Okay. So the money is in the DM, the money is in the text messages, the money is in the phone calls. I'm about to call people too and say, hey, I see, I just want to let you know about our school. It's awesome. If you ever think about getting a bachelor's or master's degree, if I don't want to say it like if you ever want to, I try to make them do it now. I say, are you thinking about it? Yes, even if you're not thinking about it, so, okay, I know you're not thinking about it, but you should think about it because our school is so awesome and it's so easy, it's so fast track, it's so affordable, it's payment plan, and you don't have to talk to a teacher. The truth is that many of us didn't like our professors in school. We didn't like their faces, So imagine our school, you don't have to even talk to a professor. It's a plus. But I still get some school founders say, well, but what about live class? The people that come to your school, they don't got time to be looking at some professor face. They are very successful people, some of them. I told you, some people that come to our school, they are multimillionaires in dollars. They don't got time, but they want that degree. If they have time, they will not come to your school. Let me say that again. Those students that worry about GPA and college transfer and transcripts, they want to be in school for 2 years and 5 years, they are not your customers. They are not coming to your school, so don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. And some of them, they're going to go to those other schools. Do you know how many people have transferred to our school from Harvard, from really fancy schools, really fancy schools? In fact, our last graduation ceremony, we have a mother and daughter that started at Capella University, and they switched from Capella University to finish their doctorate in our school. So you are worried about those other schools, but their students are saying, forget this. This is all about money grab. They're not teaching me anything that is changing my life. I want to get a degree, but I think these people, they are playing games with my life. And they're trying to find a school like yours. But here's the problem. When they go on social media, or when they, because that's where people gather now. People don't gather in town halls anymore. When you go online, your school is crickets. They don't find it. Nobody's talking about it. And then nobody, nothing happens. This is not in my slide though, but this is also something that's really worked for us, word of mouth. Many of our students and former students refer their friends and students. And oh my God, there's a lady that went through our school. And sometimes I feel bad that she doesn't know. And sometimes I want to acknowledge her publicly. But sometimes when you let people know that they've been putting food on your table, they kind of act funny. So, but I feel so bad that I'm not publicly or privately just thank her. And I think I need to do that. This woman went through our school. We have gotten a minimum of 20 students directly or indirectly through her going through our school. But do the math. Each student pays us average of $5,000. So this one student has brought us at least close to $100,000 in a year and some months. So referrals work. But now if you are just starting out, you probably don't have that advantage because you don't have a lot of students yet. But you just be there 1 or 2, 3 years. Take care of your students, man. I take good care of our students. I don't care if it's 2 students you have. Take good care of those students. Call them, check on them, ask about their mama. Hey, how's your mama doing? How's your dog doing? How's your cat? Is your cat pregnant? I mean, I just show you care because when your students know, because University of Georgia, all these big schools, they're not going to do that. So I'm going to do what University of Georgia or Harvard would not do. That professor is not going to just call you, check on you, see how your school is going, see if you need help. So I do these things, so they love it. So they tell their friends, their family, and it's really helped us. All right, so let's go fast now. Get on the phone. I think I already said this earlier. Go fishing, decide who your customer is, and go for it, right? Go fishing also includes targeting students. And I think I said that earlier, targeting potential students, right? Tell them about your school and they will come. But guys, this is it. Put in the work. Now, this is what I'm about to say now is good and bad. The good thing is this, we put in the work so hard. Like I was working a job. I was a when oh my God, when I just started the school, I think my last I just quit. When I was working on the school, I was about to quit my job at the time. My job, I was a school bus driver. Can you imagine a school bus driver starting a Christian university or starting university? Mindset, mindset, guy. Mindset is everything. If your school is not growing or you're not being where you want to be, number one thing you should check is really the mindset. I'm really honest. Mindset is everything, right? I was a school bus driver. I was kind of quitting the school bus driving. I was, working some other jobs. I was doing all kind of different things. I was putting hours on the school. But here's the fun thing: when you do the work, when you do the work hard initially, then that work kind of carries itself. You don't have to work so hard ever and ever again. Right now, we don't really work hard. We just have students. One, we've been around for 11 years. We built our name, right? We've had successful students. So they refer students to us, right? So we're just kind of coasting right now. But in the beginning, so in the beginning of your school, your first 3 years, you need to put in the work and you need to be able and willing to financially sustain your school. If things go that bad that it takes a while for you to be able to break through, you need to be able to figure out a way to financially sustain your school before you really build that brand name. But if you follow the model that I've been teaching you guys and showing the program, you should be able to break even in your investment in the first 90 days. You should be able to break even, easy break even. Then after that, you just need one student to be profitable, just one, because the cost of the software, one student should be able to pay for it, right? If you can just get 5 students, you should be able to do close to $3,000, $4,000 a month just with 5 students alone, right? So, so this is how I have, I just try not to live, hold nothing back. This is how I have built a seven-figure online business. And that strategy I've also taught in the program too is honorary doctorate degrees. We do it twice a year. Why? The number one reason is for financial reasons. As honest as I can be, you need to host honorary doctorate events in your school or with your school at least twice a year. And we have students that don't even come to the ceremony. They don't want to wait till the next one. So we also have people that they'll say, "Hey, I got honorary doctorate from here. Can you get one for my friend?" And how much? And those are special orders. Hey, maybe it's 3,000 or 4,000, 5,000, right? We Oh God, I can share a lot of stuff with you guys, man, because I want everybody in this program to succeed. That's the reason why. It's not to brag or anything, to show you that there is a lot of ways you can create revenue and income from your school, right? So we have people that we mail, we print that honorary doctorate degree, we can mail it, we can ship it, we can, like that. It comes. It doesn't have to even wait for November or this or the other. But here's the key: when you're running a school, it's a business. You got to think of it as a business. You have to be an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur will always figure out a way to survive. An entrepreneur will always figure out a way to make the school generate income, right? So I think that's really it. And I'll be open to do some Q&A, and I hope to probably do this maybe once a month or once every quarter. Oh, also too, there's some more features that we just added. We're moving so fast with the software for the school. Now you can lock and unlock courses and degrees. There's so much that we are planning to do, and so much we've also already done as well. So probably gonna be having a meeting with some of my team tomorrow. So our focus this coming week, when you go to the knowledge base, support.vonza.com, there's not a lot of resources uh, to prepare doing your school, because the school we're still developing the software, but now it's more stable. So now we have a student portal and it's more stable. There's so many other new features. So beginning this week, you're going to start getting emails if you're already in the school. If you're a school founder, to show you, okay, this is how you create your degree the new way. This is how you log degree. This is how you do this. This is how you do that, right? But let me also share my screen real quick to show one more thing, then and show. Then we're going to close after that. All right, so this is a sample school website. And if you can see the school, you see all these features here on the left-hand side. If you see, the school management is just one of them. That means there's so much more you can do with the software. Don't rely on just the school management feature alone to make money online. Business is about making money. And the school, when we're building the school software, one of the thoughts was our engineers were like, let's just give them just the school. I said, no, we're going to give them everything. You get the school plus everything the software can do, because I want to give you multiple ways to make money online. So let me show you a few ways. Courses. You can create standalone courses that are not attached to a degree, and you can make a lot of money from courses. Products, right? You can sell your t-shirts, your ebook, whatever it is. I think there was one school, I don't know, I think their platform was down. I don't know if it's a legacy. I think this might be it, I don't know. Okay, all right. So if you can see, they have a beautiful store. I liked it. This is their school. This is a university, Legacy Christian University. They have a beautiful store. They sell t-shirts for their school. They sell hats. Beautiful store. right? So what are they doing? Multiple streams of income. Your school should be opportunity for multiple streams of income. So with the school, you can sell physical product that you will ship to people or digital product. It could be ebook, t-shirt. No, you can't ship t-shirt. You can't deliver t-shirt electronically. It could digital, music, audio, uh, any digital thing or physical, right? So that's another way you can make money from your school. Memberships is a new thing we just do now. Maybe you do mentorship. Instead of using Facebook groups for your mentorship, now you can create a membership. With membership is really for mentorship. It's really good for mentorship because you have a community. You don't need to have WhatsApp group or Telegram group to mentor your clients anymore. No, create a membership on Vonza. And when you have the school, is also included as well, right? Then let's go to marketing too. You can, of course, run your emails for your school, emails for your business here. Sales funnels, you can build a funnel. You can create sales funnels for your school. So you can, or it doesn't have to be for your school, for any product, anything you're doing whatsoever, a t-shirt, a book, an event, a party, a mentorship, a webinar, a mastermind. It doesn't matter. You can create a funnel. You can upsell, downsell, right? What about forms? One of my favorite. I use forms as invoicing tool because with the Vonza forms, you can also take payment. See right now, let me add a payment. If somebody's owing me money or I'm doing an event that is paid or whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. I just want to collect money. I can create a form. I just add to go to question, this add, you see payment. I'll add a payment. Bam. Vonza is saying how much you want to charge. $500. Bam. That's it. You see right there? I can even offer coupons too. You can offer coupons to your student, coupons to anybody. You see that right there, $500. When I send this link, uh, it's published. When I send this, let me see the preview. You see the preview of that form right there? It can be an event. Stop using Eventbrite and not some of these old school things that is not relevant anymore. Use your Vonza forms to create your Eventbrite. You see that payment there. If I send this link to somebody who's owing me money or that needs to send me money, it's easy for them to just fill out the information, pay, bam, that's money right there. So forms. What about scheduling? You want to do a coaching, right? You can create your calendar, your scheduling calendar here all in one place. It can also be paid. It doesn't have to be free. Let me show you real quick. So you can also do, this is not a paid event. This is a paid event. Bam, how much you want to charge? $1,000, right? Bam, right? If you save it now, bam, that's it. You save, bam, you get it, right? So you can, this is another way you can use the software to make money. So don't rely on just your, don't rely on just, why is this not, probably it's not published. Okay. Don't rely on, okay, yeah, it's not published. Don't rely on just, tuition alone. Bam. See, when are you available? Student can choose the time and pay. So that's something else there. Scheduling, cloud is very powerful. Now you can upload documents from your computer to your cloud. Now let me tell you, now I'm the founder of Vonza. I don't have access to, and I don't have access to, if I need to get into your account to do something, you're gonna have to give me your email, your password. That's how much we take security tight, so that nobody from within or outside can just easily sabotage. I don't have access to your account without your login and password, right? So we also have messages, we have SMS, we have so many other things coming, we have cloud. So we have CRM, we have so many things coming. And every feature we add, they're all going to be on your Vonza platform. So use your Vonza platform to not only run your school, but use it to sell to create, to make money online. All right, so I think I'm open to any questions if there's any. So I appreciate you guys coming. If you're on the call or you are watching the replay and you're thinking about starting a school, but honestly, you're just afraid. All those stories you're telling yourself is really just fear, because if I tell you, give me $1 and I give you $20 right away, you're not going to be afraid. Like, just $1, I have nothing to lose. Take $1, give me 20. But it's just fear of, will my school do well? Will I get students? Will it be profitable? But don't let fear hold you back. Don't let fear hold you back. Go for it. I've failed in multiple businesses, but a school is not something you will fail in. The only difference is how long will it take for it to make you good money, and it totally depends on you and the level of marketing and dedication. Just like anything in life, whether it's marriage, whether it's life, whether it's relationship, if you don't put too much time in, if you don't put a lot of time, you're not going to get maximum rewards. So if you put just an hour a day towards promoting your school for the first 3 months of school launch, there's no way you can get at least 10 students. And you only need 20 students to do your first $100,000 from the school. All right. So I feel like I've been preaching this evening, but guys, I'm very passionate about helping people, man. And this is not about trying to, it really breaks my heart when I see somebody pay a lot of money and don't get a student. I'm like, come on, it really bothers me because, you know, my team that helped build these schools, we put a lot of time. So we want to see you succeed. We'll be happy. We feel good when you are succeeding. You're doing thousands of dollars. In fact, some of you that have done $5,000 and above, we usually give five-figure award. It's right there. So we need to be sending those awards out. If you've done at least 10,000 five-figure awards. Some of you should start pushing to 100,000 on your Vonza platform so you can get a big six-figure record award, okay? All right, any question? We got 3 more minutes and we're going to close. Any question, anything I can do to help you or add value to you, please? I'm here for you today. Anybody have any question?
Hi, how are you, Doc?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, hi. Quick question. Well, just two. First, I thank you for the presentation tonight. Very inspiring, very good. Secondly, say we know that we talk about transferring. It's in the training that you sent over the other day. And I was speaking to my vice president the other day. And one thing that came to mind was amongst the school that is even under the Vonza platform or other associate like businesses, people who run similar school. When it comes down to transfer, it may not look beneficial initially. Can't we have those people as a transfer to school or transfer from school if we work together?
Yes, very, very good question. And if I let me put on my notes now so I don't forget it. Hold on, let me put on my notes real quick. Yeah, that is part of the reason why accreditation is important, because regional accreditation, if your school is regionally accredited, usually regionally accredited schools only accept degrees from other regional accredited schools. So
right.
Accreditation only work with each other. Yes, that's one of the next thing we want to push as well, because collaboration is better than competition. So push that, and we have a bunch of schools now in our platform, to the accreditation that will provide to the program, so that also will give your students some level of more confidence that when they come through your school and for whatever reason they don't want to finish in your school, there's at least 30, 40, 50 other schools that will easily accept their credits without them having to stress about anything. So that's really good, Dr. Feeds. We're still putting that together. Tola, please put that on your note for me. We're going to revise, we're going to kind of figure out a better way to do it, whereby students of these schools can transfer easy without any trouble to schools with the same accreditation. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Good. Thanks for considering that.
Yes.
Question question number 2. And this may be a technical question we can take off here of the year some other time.
No,
So
go
as you
ahead.
know, yeah, quickly, it's just pretty much I built a splash page from my school as we spoke about, but I don't know. I kind of open up my. I don't know if this has ever happened. I kind of open up my back end, so the classes were accessible. So I don't know if I did something wrong or the cookies were enabled, so it actually go right into the classes. I don't know if I had that issue before.
Okay, sorry, say it again. You cannot log into the back end, is that what you're saying?
No, no. So I made a splash page from my school, like a front page that points to Vonza platform.
Okay, no, you're probably trying to log in the wrong way.
No, I get in. What I'm saying, it kind of it opens up the classes automatically, and I don't know why. I figured I did something wrong. So instead
you
of
probably
it's
did. Are you
yeah.
by, can you share your screen?
No, I'm on my phone now.
Or if, okay, all right.
Yeah,
So yeah, so just reach out to us and send an
yeah.
email, maybe support ticket or something. We'll walk you through that. It should be something easy.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And finally, when a student pay, what's the duration, like normal duration for the money to hit your account? And what's the percentage that is withheld? Because I realize there's a percentage that is withheld maybe through Sprite or something.
Yes.
True. Yes.
So when it comes to the payment, right, Vonza does not touch the payment at all. So we use Stripe. Stripe is the middleman. So what Stripe does, they collect their fees, but we told Stripe to withhold 10% for 45 days. And that helps us and help you in case there is fraud or chargebacks. Maybe for all of you guys, I'm going to tell you guys the sad truth. Sometimes as your school grows, not sometimes, all the time as your school grows, sometimes you're going to have some bad students that will come to your school and they get classes and stuff, but then they'll call their bank and then file a fraudulent charge. So when they do, the bank is going to reverse it. But if we don't hold something, we have nothing to go by. So it's kind of security deposit. But if nothing happens after 45 days, which normally is the maximum time banks have, then Vonza automatically, you're going to get an email to automatically refunds it back to you. So in terms of the amount of time it takes to deposit, that totally depends on your bank. Stripe normally, we told Stripe to deposit daily. So if you get money on a Monday, Stripe will try to deposit it on Tuesday into your bank. But then that's one reason why I'm starting a bank soon. Because now banks, they play games. Whenever your bank tell you a payment is pending, it's always is 90% is a game because the money is already there. But pending means it's not available to you, but it's available to them to trade off your money and make profit. So we'll send you the money through Stripe in 24 hours, maximum 48 hours. Now, it might take your bank 2 to 4 business days for that money to clear into your bank account. Okay, so
Yeah.
it really totally depends on your bank.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. Any other question? Because if not, we're going to be rounding off. If you, is recorded, so I will try to send the link to everybody so you can get over again if you want to. But any question? Any final question? All right. So thank you all for coming. It's been an amazing time. So we'll send a link. And if you have not started your school yet, again, the number one thing holding you back is fear or money. So try to overcome that fear, try to get some money to get started. Having a school can totally change your life. So I would love to help you start your own Christian university. All right, thank you for coming. I'm Dr. Uyi Abraham, and we'll send a link tomorrow to you guys to watch the replay. Have a great night, everybody.
Night.